Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So tonight you're just going to see a compilation of some of the best videos and UFO photos I have on my channel. Hope you guys enjoyed and see you guys tomorrow in a brand new video. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So it's been a minute, but I came across a couple things I want to share to you guys. One is going to be a couple photos, which you're seeing one of them here, and then another one's going to be a video clip. Two clips I'll show you at the end, and those clips of those UFOs and the video clips at the end kind of look similar, and I want to let you know why. But first of all, with this right here, I've never seen a cluster of UFOs like this. Now, this is something that was out there on Facebook, so someone could have photoshopped it or something like that. But if you guys have seen something like this before, I did want to show this to you because I've never seen UFOs in clusters like this. We did have the incident over Mexico years and years ago in the 90s, but those were so far up you couldn't really make out a shape or anything with that. So I wanted to show this to you guys in case you've seen it. So put down a comment if you've seen something about this photo. Some of the other photos is going to be this one here. Now, you can't really see it at first glance, but when you start to look at this a little bit closer and you start to zoom in, you can identify what could be three crafts. There's going to be one, then there's going to be another one in the center that you'll see in just a second, and then one towards the end. There could be a fourth one there, but I'm not sure about that one. But here's going to be the third one there. And these are pretty interesting. Although they're not that clear, it looks like someone was taking this when they were on a flight. And when you zoom in on it, it's kind of hard to make out, but it does look very familiar. If you guys remember earlier this year, a woman did take a photo of what's considered to be a UFO from an airplane. I think they were going to New York, so that does kind of resemble this. So you guys let me know in the comments what you think about this as well, or that photo from that, because it could be legit. Then there's going to be another photo, which is going to be here. This one was taken in Mexico. Now there's going to be two photos. It's going to be this one that you see here, and of course the more I zoom in, kind of the worse it gets. But there's kind of a blue light underneath it, and it could be part of a propulsion system or something else, we don't know. But there's a similar craft that someone took a photo of too, and that's what you're going to see here. I don't know the location of this one, but the craft does look to be similar to the first one. So I thought that these photos were very interesting to you guys and wanted to show this over to you, to put your comments down below. I think people in the past have seen something similar, but you guys let me know. This is kind of trying to enhance this photo just a little bit so you can make the UFO more visible. But let me know what you guys think about that, and then we're going to go ahead and jump into these video clips. This first video clip, it does have some audio and stuff. What you're going to be paying attention to is going to be that craft there that does float around and stuff there. It looks pretty interesting as it's going through, and I'm not going to talk through it or anything like that, but I want you guys to hear what the people are saying, because he does kind of zoom in and out, and the craft does kind of wobble around a little bit. So let me go ahead, let me quit my yapping and let you guys watch this video, and then I'll be back in just a minute. Don't forget to comment on what you guys think about this, because this was a pretty interesting clip here.
But Marco,
Let's see if I can get it on camera.
Can you zoom yours? Yours zooms.
No, it doesn't. All right, there it is. I got it on camera.
Oh my God!
Can you zoom in more?
There's a cloud.
You know,
and
what
there's a
there is?
flying saucer.
There's no strings on it, no ropes on it, like it busted loose from a car.
There's the houses down here.
Photos online, Cole.
And we go back up to where
that is really weird.
where the flying saucer is.
Can you zoom in enough that?
I don't know if I'm getting it or not.
Oh, the top is even metallic-y, you know, so like aluminum.
Whoever's flying it, they're flying like something. I think it's somebody's like remote control, don't you think?
No, that's...
It's so far away, I don't know if I'm getting it.
Cole, you know where my camera is on this thing? Office mode, calendar.
You can't get it, Mom.
I can. It zooms a lot.
Camera.
Okay, camera.
Oh, there it is. It must be about 3,000 feet up now, I'd say. Wow, look at that. Nobody's going to believe this except I got it on film, huh? I keep losing it. There it is.
I can't get it.
There goes a jet right by it. Well, a little higher. There's the jet, and there's the saucer.
Holy crap.
I got a better view of it now.
I know.
Wow.
So that one was pretty interesting, and the reason why I'm showing you this second clip was because someone caught this UFO, and it's apparently descending down over top of a car, and it'll become a little bit more visible as the UFO or the craft kind of descends down, and you'll see this in just a minute. And this craft and the first one I showed you kind of have the same similar characteristics as far as their flight controls. Now, I could be completely wrong. This could be someone out flying a drone, but you do kind of see that saucer shape to it. There's no audio or anything to this as far as the person talking. They're just kind of standing there filming it, and then they zoom in and out with it, and then pretty soon you'll see it get close to the car that they were, I guess, filming this from, or maybe they got out their car and they looked at it. It wasn't too much detail on this, but the best detail I have is that someone did film this, and it did remind me or resemble, there's a car right there. It did remind me as far as some of his flight characteristics of the first craft you guys saw, although the first craft was a lot farther away. So you'll see that there it is there, and that's what I'm talking about, some of the similarities about his flight characteristics. Now, we know this could be flying at night, and it could be illuminated from whatever surrounding craft to give it its flight characteristics, but I thought this was pretty interesting to show to you guys. See how it's just turning and rotating? That's the car there. And then there it does. It ascends up. Then it's gone. So pretty interesting. Those two clips I wanted to show to you guys. To me, they are somewhat similar, but I could be wrong, and that's why I'm presenting this to you guys to get some of your feedback on this if you've seen something like this before. So, as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share this with your friends. You guys stay tuned for the next video. As always, I appreciate you watching. See you in the next video. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I have a short video for you tonight, and it's going to be a photo. It's going to be one photo that someone took, and this is kind of circulating around on the internet, and it was taken this year. It was taken May 5th of 2024. So someone was out, and the story goes is that they were taking two photos, and they took one photo and they took a second photo, and they didn't notice it until they looked at the second photo. And here's going to be the photo here. Now, what you're seeing here is they were out on their balcony, they saw the landscape, they saw the house, they took this photo, but you notice there in the right corner, towards the right corner, there's going to be an object there, and that is a disc-shaped object. Now, I'm going to zoom in on this, and of course, there wasn't a third photo. She didn't even pay attention to it, but when you look at this and zoom in on it, this is basically a metallic shaped disc shaped object. It's a metallic disc shaped object is basically what it is, and you can kind of see the sunlight kind of reflecting off of a little bit. I don't know why this was flying this low, and there's not too much more information about it, but I wanted to present this to you guys. And of course, when I zoom in more, it is a little bit blurry and distorted, which you guys will see there, but clearly you see this. And of course, she didn't see it. You guys know these things go a couple thousand miles, if not faster. So a lot of times people kind of just randomly catch these. So I am glad that she caught something like this, but I wanted to at least present this to you guys to get some of your feedback on this. This does look like some of the others we've seen before in the past. I couldn't dig into the archive to get all that out, but I wanted to show this to you guys to get some of your thoughts on it. But it's a pretty interesting photo, and it's a clear photo. So all this stuff that we're getting, someone needs to be grabbing this information and presenting this over to Congress or somebody. I don't know why they're not doing this, but of course a lot of other governments of the world and stuff are actually looking at this stuff and analyzing it and, you know, putting a pretty good case together. So put your comments down below. Like I said, it's a short video of what you guys think about this, and I got a pretty good one coming tomorrow night. So as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, share this with your friends. Stay tuned for the next video. Always appreciate. In tonight's video, we're going to be looking at several UFOs that were caught and put out on social media. Some are going to be skeptical and maybe too good to believe. And some other ones are mind-blowing. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So before we jump into tonight's videos and photos, someone had mentioned to me about using AI to clean up some of these photos. I did it before in the past. I didn't get good feedback, but I figured I'd go ahead and try it again. So what you're seeing here is before and after pictures of using AI to try to clean up some of these older photos. And you guys can see there that it does do it justice in some ways of kind of cleaning that up. I've only done about 2 or 3 photos like this, but you can see more of a shape and more structure and some more features in a lot of these craft from some of the older photos. So if you guys want to see more of this, let me know in the comments and I'll go ahead and go through all these photos and do it. Here's going to be another one. These I didn't have locations on, but of course when you bring it into AI and it kind of does some enhancements to it or try to clear the photo up, you do get a lot clearer picture of what you're seeing there. Of course, left and right, before is on the left and after is on the right. And then when you kind of zoom in on it, this is the one thing I'm kind of afraid of sometimes. AI doesn't do the best of cleaning up some of these photos, but we've heard of particular craft having smoke and stuff coming out, and this could have been one of those. I didn't have a date nor location on this photo. And then here's going to be the last one. I talked about this very little bit, but I wasn't sure about as far as the image and where it was taken and stuff. But when you clean it up a little bit, you do get a clearer picture and some clearer background to it as well. And then of course, when you zoom in on it, you can see that it does have a little structure or dome on top of it. So it does help. So like I said, if you guys want to see more of this, let me know in the comments and I'll definitely take some time, go in, get several photos and ones from the past and then bring them in and show you kind of before and after pictures. Now on to our videos tonight. So this first video is going to be very interesting. You'll see this girl walking out and then you'll see this craft flying there. I'm going to play the whole video in its entirety and then I'll come back and talk about it for a minute.
Okay. Don't go too far. Whoa. Whoa. Going.
All right, so coming back to this, it was very, very, very interesting because I don't know the location, date, anything with this. You just see this girl walking out and what you're seeing here is a craft that she saw and it shoots off and she tries to follow it. We've seen stuff like this before in the past, which makes this a lot more legit than some of the other stuff we've seen before. So I'm gonna zoom in and slow down on a little bit of this so you guys can see it up close. There it is there. You see she sees the craft, she's not expecting it. The craft stops and then it just shoots off. Now, for some that are like me, I'm going to slow it down even more and then I'll do a couple of screen captures. There you see it. There's like the craft. They knew she was filming and then it's kind of like, oh shoot, let's get out of here. That's just the best way I can explain it. And looking at this, you guys can see, of course, when I zoom in and kind of freeze frame it and stuff, you guys can see it is kind of blurry and distorted, but I wanted to show this to you guys and get your comments on it because this does seem to be a lot more legit than a lot of the other stuff that we've seen nowadays. But let me know in the comments what you think about this and if you know the location of this one. Now this next one's going to be kind of the same thing too. It seems like this was being filmed on some type of radar, but you can't see any of the information below what I have here. It looks like this craft is there and it kind of transforms or morphs and another craft flies into it. And then the two crafts become one. And that's kind of what you're seeing here. It's like it opens up and I don't know what happens with this, but let me go ahead and let this play. The video is very short, so I'll play it once or twice and then I'll come back and then I'll slow it down. All right, so you guys know I always go in and try to slow this stuff down and evaluate a little bit more. And I want to get everyone's opinion too. It looks like it starts off as a disc-shaped craft with like a dome on top, and then it kind of flips and it opens up. Now why it flips up under and does all this, I don't know. But I wanted to slow this down. I'll play it again and I'll kind of zoom in again so you guys can see it. Here it is here up close. And there it is when it flips. It seems to open up or something. And then that's the part right here where they merge into one. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about this. This was pretty interesting. Here it is up close. And if you've ever seen anything like this before. Now, this next video, there is a little talking and audio in it, but you're going to focus on those 3 to 4 or 5 bright lights this guy sees in the sky.
Спасибо, батька. Что за херня, а? Пиздец. Время. Что блядь, время? — 21:37. И вот такая вот хуйня.
Now, what I find fascinating about this is that I've seen stuff like this in the 80s. I told you guys when I was younger, I saw something similar where I thought I was looking at stars and they started moving. Now, they weren't moving as fast as these objects are that you're seeing here in this video, but I did see something similar. And sometimes we'll see stuff like this with some NASA leaked videos every now and then. We see these white dots in space that are kind of flying around. They're doing all kinds of different maneuvers. And we saw this also with Bob Lazar when he was putting some footage out about Area 51 when he was doing some of the nighttime filming and stuff there. I think it was on a Wednesday night. So pretty good stuff they're getting here on camera, and pretty good stuff that's out here on social media. So of course, let me know in the comments what you think about this. This next one's going to be a little bit suspect in a way. It's because the guy's not focusing in on it, but I'm gonna go ahead and let it play and then let you guys draw your conclusion on this one.
Все медленно. На максимальном зуме снимаю. Опа. Что-то. Попробуем настроить. Блин, руки трясутся.
This one could be flares or something. I wish he would have focused a little bit more on this, but this is probably the best point in the video. All right, and these next 2 sets of videos are going to come, our videos and photos are going to come from Chris James. So I do appreciate him sending me some of this video footage and also some film footage that he caught. So this has some audio behind it too. So let me go ahead and let this play.
No, it's like a freestanding camera. It's like taking flash pictures. There's an airplane about to go over it. That is so weird. It's like in the cloud.
Way under the cloud. Like just right above.
Right, and of course you guys know I gotta zoom in on this. So there you see it there. It's like something is coming there, it's appearing and disappearing. So this is my first time of seeing something like this. So Chris, please comment in the comments and I'll try to pin it to the very top of some more of the information on this. I know you have some location and dates and times and stuff on this and some of the thoughts behind shooting this. I think he has told me before he's kind of in a UFO hotspot where he gets a lot of different footage like this and other things. And there you go there. You see they're moving around, so they're showing you trees, buildings and stuff in the background, but the most fascinating thing is just the way that light just keeps flickering and flashing on and off. Now, this next set of images is something he sent to me. There were 6 images total. I'm going to focus in on this. And this light was just going down the street, and the camera caught this, and he was able to kind of show me the different photos of this. So there you guys see there's a white van there. You see that streak of light coming down the street, and you'll see kind of a shadow on the ground and towards the van as this light starts to move forward. So you have to bear with me. I was trying to focus in on these, and I'll play it in its entirety towards the end, but I thought this was pretty actually interesting and good to show this to you guys too. So you see that there? And here it is here. So let me know in the comments with this. I mean, for that to be flying that low, I have no idea what that is and what that's doing. But I do appreciate him sharing this information with me too. And this last video footage is going to be pretty bad, guys. This is shot when the potato phones you guys complain about. But it was taken at an airport. You'll focus on that craft and that whatever that is in the background next to that telephone pole or light or whatever that is. And again, I apologize. I don't have information as far as date and location, but you can tell by what is being shot with it. This is a pretty old video. You can even tell by the way he's trying to focus in on it. And there's no use in me trying to slow this down and zoom in because it's just going to make it really pixelated and bad. So guys, let me know what you thought about those videos, those photos, and everything else. There's a couple other things that are kind of turning around and showing up new like this, what you see here. This is kind of interesting. It kind of reminds me of the Mexican hat UFO that someone saw reported on that probably about a week ago. So I'll do some more investigation on this and try to find out what's going on with this. But as always, put your comments down below of what you think about this. If you know you've seen some of this stuff before, and don't forget to like, subscribe, share this with your friends, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Appreciate you watching. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I always find these newspaper articles and clippings from the 40s, 50s, 60s pretty fascinating. As you guys know, it's a little bit harder to fake stuff back then, but I'm looking at a couple of these and I'll probably do some videos on them in the coming weeks or so, just to do a little bit more investigation to find out some more information if there's any videos or audio clips on it. But today's video is going to take us over to a pyramid. It's going to be called the Pyramid of the Sun. I think it's pronounced Teotihuacan. And a tourist took 2 photos. Now this was in May of 2015. So the time of this video is over 9 years ago. And if you guys aren't familiar, I'll put a link in the description below so you guys can check out this pyramid and learn a little bit more about it, because there's probably some history behind it too. And maybe these craft were hovering over there doing a, observe something. I don't know, but it's pretty interesting, the photos that he took. He took 2 photos, and I'm going to show you the first photo here. And in this first photo, you can't see unless you look at it really closely, but there's 2 craft. There's going to be, and this is probably pretty obvious, of the first craft that you see that's right here. And then there's going to be another craft that's way up the top. He barely caught in the photo, but there's going to be a second craft. Now, whether there was a 3rd, 4th, or 5th, I don't know, but this is all that we can see in the photo. And you're going to see the second craft right here, and it's at the very top, and it's a little bit small too. But you guys see that little dot up there? That's the second craft that he caught. And this is going to be the second photo. They were no longer there when he took another photo. And of course, took another photo of the pyramid. It was no longer there. But this makes this interesting because I'll bring up a point in just a minute. These craft, or at least that craft that's closest to us, the bigger one, kind of reminds me of one that we saw earlier this year. If you guys remember, the lady that was traveling, I think she was traveling to New York or something, and she filmed this, and then she caught this craft. People trying to say it was a balloon. I don't believe it's a balloon at all. But she caught this UFO, or this craft. And if you take this, and it's going to be a little blurry compared to the one that was taken in 2015, they look somewhat similar. I mean, the sun could be reflecting on it and making it a little bit different, but to me, they look somewhat similar in nature. So what these are, I don't know, but it's pretty interesting that someone caught this photo and they were able to put it out there. Now, why it's not on MUFON and stuff, I have no idea, guys. Maybe they need to be looking at this stuff and kind of do an investigation of it. But the clearest photo of these two craft is going to be the one that I'm kind of trying to zoom in here. If I zoom in too much, of course, it's going to be all distorted and blurred. But this is our classical saucer-shaped craft. And the second one is pretty difficult to see, but you can see it up there. And just what made it more interesting is during the second photo he took, the craft were no longer there. So I don't know if they were flying by or they were just up there hovering and they noticed somebody was taking a photo and they actually shot off to the left or right. But anyway it goes, this is a pretty interesting capture, a photo of two UFOs, and I wanted to share this with you guys. And then also get your opinion. Is this the same one that the lady saw in New York or not? The one on the right is the one she saw, of course, in New York where she had the video, and it's a little bit blurry than the one on the left was taken in 2015. Why the one on the left is more clear than the one on the right is, you know, it's just once you start zooming in and stuff. But anyway, I wanted to show this to you guys and get your opinions on it. So don't forget to like, subscribe, put your comments down what you think about this, and you guys stay tuned for the next video. As always, I appreciate you guys watching.